When I get home from the gym, I change, but not today because I plan on sweating outside in the garden. I have more things to do in the garden today, and hopefully we get that greenhouse set that I showed you guys yesterday, but now it's actually Cope's treehouse, he calls it. So we're actually thinking about making it something for him in the garden so that when we're gardening, he can do something, but we can also use it for storage. But more on that later. Also, I put a new blog post up, and it is scroll stoppers, and this one is all about light and bright spaces. So head on over if you want to get inspired by those. And then I'm also debating on painting something, and I know that's like a really touchy subject here on Instagram, but I'm thinking about painting a piece of furniture, and I don't think you've seen the piece of furniture. Maybe you have, but I wanted to show you guys that and then have you guys vote on if I should paint it, if I should only paint part of it. So I'm super curious on that because I feel like everyone said I was being mean to you yesterday in the stories about your grass carpet over there.
The grass carpet? Oh, jeez. I thought it was ugly too. I'm just saying, it's
that it works.
You have to just appreciate the process.
I wasn't being mean to him. I was just expressing that I didn't like the look of the grass, but it is growing in. You were right about that.
It's growing on us. It's dad joke month.
Dad jokes. Here is the little grass carpet that we're referring to, but the grass is growing. It's just not the best looking. But so Jose is moving this little shed into the garden today. We had it this way first because, like I said, Kopi's been playing in it, but we might flip it the other way so the door is on this side so that Cope doesn't have to come into the garden gate in order to get in his little playhouse. We might flip it the other way, but I'll keep you posted on that. And then another thing that we're doing this week is more planting, and I shared the source for these yesterday, a lot of questions about that, and then I shared the DIY for those ones. I will share the link to the fountain right here. I'm obsessed with this fountain. I'm really sad that it's not on right now, but I will show it to you on later. But it's like my favorite thing we've added to the garden. And then I'll also put a link. We ended up flipping it. It made sense the other way, but we wanted to try it this way, and Jose said it was super easy to flip. But we ended up flipping it because we thought the majority of our playtime with Cope is actually out of the garden, and so having him like have to trample through the garden to get to the doors because like last night he wouldn't get out of it.
Yeah, we had it sitting over there, and he just wanted to come and play with it, so he can park his little bikes up to it and play with it right here. I think it works because we were going to originally use it for tools, but then we know how much Cope loved it, so
yeah, and not having him have to go in the garden every single time. So we'll try it like this, see if we like it. Super easy to flip, but then Jose is now adjusting the fencing to fit. We had to fit this guy in there, so we'll explain more of that later. I have to go hop in a meeting, but Jose is going to continue working in the garden. See if we like it. Super easy to flip, but then Jose is now adjusting the fencing to fit. We had to fit this guy in there, so we'll explain more of that later. I have to go hop in a meeting, but Jose is going to continue working in the garden.
One, two, three.
Okay, let's chat about it. So I mentioned earlier that I wanted to talk to you guys about painting something, and I know that painting can be super controversial, and I'm just going to preface this by saying I'm obviously going to choose when I want to choose as a creative. But when we talk about these kind of things, I do like including you guys and seeing what you would do if it was your piece or if it was your home or what you like best. It's just fun for me to discuss these things with other fellow creatives. So here we go. Let's talk about it. So I found this table at a flea market a couple weeks ago. I actually blogged it. I'll put a link here to some of my other finds as well. And when I got it, it just wasn't my favorite thing right away. I was actually thinking about bringing it right to the store to use it as a display piece. But it ended up in our back living room here, which is still a very unfinished room. And it happened to fit really perfect in here. The problem is these areas right here are all kind of not my favorite, and they're not in great shape. It doesn't really show it as much on here, but there's just a lot of damage. A lot of areas that they tried sanding, but they're stained. And I like this like front board here, and I love most of this up here. I have not personally tried to sand this. The guy I bought it from said that he did. So my thought was, do I just give it a quick coat of paint? The entire table, possibly. But then my other thought is maybe I just paint the legs down here, try sanding this up here, and leave the top raw wood and then the bottom paint. I'll show you some of the colors I was thinking of. So I have this cathedral taupe color, which is beautiful. And then my go-to color is always putty. That's what the doors in our house. More up close look at the table. So you have this wood over here. But then you have this all painted, which is actually more of a stain. And I just think maybe the bottom would be pretty with some paint on it and leave the top raw. So let's just go vote on it. Let's just go see what you guys think. I can show you this area over here. Just down here, there's just a lot of like damage. I vote on it. So don't vote here, but go to my recent post. I'll put a link right here and go leave your vote on that photo. I'm curious to see, because sometimes I'm surprised more people choose paint. So yeah, go vote. Help me.